Let me know if that's coming through. Hold on a second. Go on YouTube, see if that's coming through. I don't know what happened. Ew, this is so weird. It's acting like I'm live again. What happened? Hit the like button anyway. I appreciate you guys. What happened? New live. See, okay, so it's working. Dude, I have no idea. Like I said, I was having problems with restream. What? I'm frozen. Technical difficulties. Guys, let me know if you can hear me and see me. What is happening? I've never had to do that before. See, look, it's just a whole... There's no thumbnail. Okay, it's working. Yo, okay, so I gotta redo this for the chat. I know what I gotta do now. Okay. Wow, what? This is so weird. It's a whole nother live stream. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm coming. What? What? All I did was hit go live again. I didn't change anything. DIY seems to be working just fine on Facebook. Okay, so Facebook is still coming through, but I'm not seeing that over here. So probably re-pushed it back out again. Thank you, Justin. Okay, so that is working. We got 21. Now, everything with the like button is going to be different because it's a different live stream. Wow. I've never had this problem before. This is a new one. Bear with me, guys. Okay. This is insane. This is literally insane. Okay. Copy. Paste. Now you guys can see what I do in the background here to get everything going. All right, so we got 13 likes. Good, good, good. 28 people are in here. Put the time machine away. That's what it feels like. All right, I got it working, babe. Love ya. Oh, you're in? Kayla's, my tech support is here. Almost as good as Kicker's tech support. All right, so... Oh, let's turn that down. Okay, so... No problem. We can weather this. Okay, let me make sure YouTube is up. Now I need to go and collect Facebook comments. See, that's redoing that. All right. No, that's still the old one here. Let's refresh. Refreshing Facebook. Okay. Working on YouTube now, too. Okay. I don't know what is wrong with Restream. All I did was hit go live again because I'm over here and I'm looking at my encoder and it's not showing that there's a stream. It was literally showing, it's still not showing that there's a stream. There is something wrong with Restream. And then I went to YouTube here as well and I'm like, where's my stream at? There's no stream. Is it even working? I thought it wasn't even working. I thought it wasn't even working. And then I just hit go live again. And I'm like, what? I didn't change the stream key or anything. So, oh my goodness. I am so sorry, guys. I am sweating to death. I'm like, no. This is bad. This is a first. All right, wait. I need to reshare it. This is what I do too. I reshare it into Kicker Club from my page so people in Kicker Club can see it. Okay, we're going to take this, and then that's the one that's live. And then group, Kicker Club. If you don't know what Kicker Club is, you're sleeping under a rock.
Sounds like a cool club.
Yeah, it is a cool club. Clubs are cool.
Clubs are definitely cool, and By the way, we hit 74,000 members on Kicker Club. Let me make sure that this is working here. Yeah, everything. Oh my goodness, what happened? What happened? What happened? Oh no. All right, we're still connected to the screen share. Can I screen mirror? Because I have pictures that I wanted to show you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Just hit the like.
Just hit the like. What you say about kickers? This guy is a difference maker.
Oh man, you know, I know you guys have understanding, you know, with streams and stuff. And whenever I do it, I'm like, newbie, I got this though. But thank you, Dave. Please, guys, smash a like. Look, we got 20 likes for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Dave. Appreciate you guys. And oh my goodness, I am just overwhelmed with information to talk about tonight with the L7X in Cookie Monster. You know, and it's like, I got all these different angles. Did you guys even, you probably saw like 30 seconds of the video that I made and then it just went cut. Appreciate you guys tuning in though tonight. Uncle Bobby B, I'm telling you, Bobby's texting me. He's like, did you start the live? Or are you going live tonight? Hey, you got 30 minutes. I'm telling you, I had technical difficulties and I'm still having them.
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
Well, now I know what I got to do. I got to contact Restream and ask them what the heck's going on because everything's different now. And I can't schedule a stream, and I tried repurposing them, and it worked, but no, it's just, I don't want to confuse you guys with the details, but yeah, whoopsie. Thank you for tuning in, Kyle. 20 from 10K. I know we're so close. 9,980 subscribers. Man, I am just overwhelmed with everything going on. L7X18, 10K subscribers. It's Friday. We're here to have fun, and sorry for all the... Man, I feel terrible. I feel terrible. Thanks for tuning in, Kyle. Appreciate ya. Dave, Simon, Stately, thank you for tuning in on Facebook. And you know what? I need to redo TikTok, too, because now TikTok's not right. Let's see here. We can't forget about TikTok. We got Garrick on TikTok. Appreciate you, Garrick. Let's see here. Bobby B, Garrick, V50. Thank you for tuning in, man, from the top. That video was looking good, man. All right, let's redo the video of installing the L7X18, you know, and I'm glad it's in there, and I'm glad it fits. So let me cue up the video so you guys can take a look at it. Here it is, installing the L7X18. I've been waiting, well, since about 2017 for Kicker to make a new one. But I've had this same sub in this car. I have not put another sub in this car since 2012.
a 50 easily. That's easily a 50. Do I like the highs better than the lows? I don't know. That's whenever it's a good build.
Man, you know, it is louder. My first thoughts, and I wanted to hear the Solo X, the OG, before I just threw that in there, because your ears get used to loudness, right? And they also start to adjust to being quiet, not listening to a loud system. So I wanted to get some demos. That's why I gave my dad a demo. I drove it out, and I wanted to hear the original one before I went and threw it in. So I went literally one day, original Solo X18, the next, well, I think it was the day after, but either way, boom, the brand new one. And it's louder. It is a lot louder, and it just has that extra ugga-dugga the other one just did not have. And I haven't had a moment to meter it, but I'm telling you, man, I was doing a 50.5 of what I was listening to before with the original one. And the loudest I did was a 151.5 with the 10K Warhorse, and with the two 5K Warhorse brand new ones, the 3.6Ks, probably clamping around the same as that big 10K Warhorse on the old one. And with more cone travel and just what that driver can do, the output is awesome. It is awesome. It is awesome. And it's loud. And, you know, whenever I first heard the L7X12, you know, I knew it was a little bit different than the 18 that I had. And then going from the 18 to the 18, I kind of could see what was going to happen. I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, this is loud. This is nice. And it's windy. It's not like, you know, this wind tunnel, because the box, I designed it differently 2 years ago so I could play music, and it does it amazingly, man. It really, really does. And yes, this is Cookie Monster 2.0, but that's the same exact enclosure. Same exact one. Took one out, put the other one in, man. That is it. Yeah, I feel like it was February 29th when I was live streaming on that one. I'm like, see, look, now I refreshed this over here. Now it's coming through. That's how I knew something was up. I'm like, why is this not working? Why is this? And then I just press go live again and it works. And it's still, hey, you know, you guys are here. We got 45 of you guys in here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And be ready for a video coming out with that whole install and more demo videos to the T. And I got to do some more stuff too, but we got to throw some meter in there. I also did a comparison video. I weighed both of them, measured both of them, and you know, just the chance to do that with both of them. It's 18 versus 18. Thank you for tuning in, LVO Katrina. Appreciate you. I got a stock sub on my Toyota Tundra, fit behind the back seat, and wanted to upgrade, only a budget, man. And right, with the pickup truck, you know, if you have a standard cab, extended cab, quad cab, full cab, whatever, depending what you have, you might need a wedge box, or you can get away with a down firing enclosure, or you can go with a Bobby Gately enclosure with 4/8 firing in. It all depends what you're willing to give up for that. And what I would suggest is, I know Kicker has a lot of different options between down firing, between passive radiator setups where they have like the comp RTs, but they're a passive radiator and they have a pre-built-in amplifier. Those are really nice and easy to slide around underneath your seat. And you could even wedge it to the front from the back seat. So absolutely, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you, Russ. Hope you've been well, man. I haven't seen you guys and it feels like forever. You're going to be in the Discord tonight. Yeah, I'll be there in the Discord tonight, but I can't be long. I'm actually helping my buddy John. I've been welding. I have been welding. I just started. And working on you know, cars, refabrication, rust, all that stuff. It's the garage by the tracks. Check it out. I hit 46, but never too old. Happy birthday, Shoot Dog. Oh, there we go. We got Garrick in here, and there's another one I wasn't even looking at.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You got to look at it this way, okay? You just got to look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
Thank you so much, Garrick. Remember, you can't have the Living Loud Andy Bass Pro knob from LAF. Just look at it. And yes, be ready, guys. We're doing a 10K giveaway. And one of the prizes is going to be from Garrick and LAF. You know the abbreviations. Awesome bass knobs. Awesome just everything with, what is it? Battery skins, I guess you could call. Like custom skins for your battery cells. He does it all, Barnaby. And they are making a custom Living Loud Andy bass knob. So thank you, Garrick, for doing that. I got to get with Ashley, too. This 10K came up fast. Like, it was, like, kind of slow. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're at 9K. It won't be that long. Oh, no, it came around the corner real fast. Thank you, Garrick. Appreciate you. And wait, you threw some pennies for that. You threw some pennies.
I got pennies.
Pennies. Appreciate you, TJ. And yes, I will be there. I will be there. All right, there we go. Okay, all right. Now the party's going. Now the party's going.
Hitting hard. Yeah, yeah. Turned down for what?
Thank you, CAE. Appreciate you for the 5 gifted memberships, man. 5 more people for the green team. And I got videos lined up for the green team as well. Behind the scenes stuff. You know, not for a full video production, but for you guys to see. And I've been working a lot. That's why I'm like, man, okay, let me put everything back in the studio. Literally giving demos today and last night. Did all that all day yesterday. And it's been a roller coaster, and my throat, I feel okay, but like, you know, I think it's like the rainy weather, the cold weather, being outside in the garage, kerosene, sawdust, you know, it's just dying, and then, the whole studio's not working, live streaming, no problem, I'm good. Everything's fine. That's me, Garage Off the Tracks, welding and fabrication. Thank you for tuning in, John. I know I've seen your message. I will be there tomorrow, sir. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. And he does awesome work. Let's see if I can find the video here. I know I had a lot of fun this weekend. Even, you know what? Oh, no, I won't have audio here. Oh, that's right. I've been meaning to work on that. Thank you for tuning in, Mike. Appreciate you. Kyle, for being part of the green team for 18 months. You guys are awesome. Cedric, can you announce my grand opening? Drop the name for it. I forget what it's called. Cedric just opened up his own shop, man. His own brick and mortar shop. Congratulations, dude. Congratulations. 15 subs left. All right, let's see. Okay. Solo X Silverado, thank you for hanging out. JL had nice stuff for underneath subs. I missed them till Kicker showed up at work. A coworker had L712s and a Toyota. Oh, man, you know, and there's nothing wrong with JL. There's nothing wrong with other brands and stuff. And I personally like JL. You know, I've had the W3s. I've refoamed a W7. They make some really good stuff, man. And I feel like it all comes down to what you're trying to do, your budget, and, hey, do you like how it looks? Because that's a lot of it too, man. Yeah, you're going to be listening to it, but you will be looking at it. You will be looking at it. There we go. Divine Custom Beauties in Irwin. Hey, congratulations again, man. And thank you for always tuning in. Cedric, I know Jeffy, in the video, Jeffy and Andrew literally called me. I was upset. Okay, I just installed it. And then I drove to Walmart. And I'm sitting there. I got like one song demo in, barely. And my phone starts ringing. And if you're a bass head, you know that feeling. And I was like, ignore. Jeffy, Andrew, no, bad. And then the other one calls me, and I'm like, what do you guys want? They're like, you left the garage wide open. Where are you at? I'm like, Walmart. Okay, we'll be there. I'm like, yeah, I got the new L7X18 in here. So they were the first two. Jeffy was the first. Andrew was the second to get the demo of the L7X18, man. And let me tell you, a few things between the 18 And here, I might as well just pull up some B-roll shots here because I know I had a lot of stuff here. Between the 18 original Solo X and the new Solo X18, you know, and Kip actually pointed this out to me where the original Solo X18 was not an overhung driver. It was an underhung driver. And that was a big problem that I was having whenever I was hooking up my temperature sensor, right? It worked. Don't get me wrong, it worked, but I feel like it did not read accurate, and I was 1000% right. Excuse me. Because it couldn't read the coil unless the coil was like way flying up, like the subwoofer was just full excursion. Then it was like kind of reading, and then whenever it was at standstill, it couldn't see the coil. And that's why I showed in that video there, and I'm going to do a lot deep dive into these, of the differences of that. And that alone, I'm like, whoa, this NGA wireless bass knob is awesome because it's so fast, it's accurate, and it's showing me the temperature. I had that boy up to 250 degrees. It's not apples versus apples because I only had the Solo X like 130, 140, the original one, but it wasn't reading correctly. So there is that. But yeah, that was just one of the easier things to like see. I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. I like that. I can actually see the temperature, and then how it handled that power. You know, obviously you got to break it in. Our free air that we did on Tuesday, it's breaking in even more now that I'm actually demoing. I'm doing full songs. It's not getting as hot as fast. And that could be a few different reasons between the break-in and if you have a broken-in driver. Sometimes that can, well, should adjust the amount of impedance curve, the amount of box rise, the amount of resistance so that the amplifier is actually producing less power, but then the woofer is just as loud, or maybe it's not as loud. It depends with every frequency, every box, every enclosure and subwoofer. But still, I could just tell. I'm like, oh, I'm sitting at 180, 190. I'm good, you know, and I just gave a full tilt demo. So that was awesome. And there's more to it. I'll try to get as much as I can. Joe Keenan, thank you for tuning in. I wanted to learn to weld panels on cars that may be rusted out. I need to learn, and John is an awesome friend of mine, and he taught me in 60 seconds or less. No, literally. I am not welding dimes. I'm welding pennies, man. I'm welding pennies. Thank you for tuning in, Joe Keenan, and appreciate your comments and Kicker Club. It's been crazy. Left, right, just everything going on. Appreciate you with the answer of the difference of the power rating and also what I'm running on my L7X18. Those two war horses, one on each coil. I haven't clamped it yet, but if I were to guess, I would say probably 4,000 to 5,000 watts clamped minimum. And I don't think it would take it forever, but it's taking it. It's taking it, and it is loud. I'm just happy that it works in that enclosure, and I didn't have to do anything. Now, if you built a Solo X18 original enclosure, you might not be able to do that. Well, what I did was I just made the cutout diameter not exactly what Kicker recommended. I went a little bit, like I literally went till the sub just went in. You know, I didn't give it any wiggle room because I knew that the new 18 was going to be a little bit smaller. It's smaller by 1/4 of an inch width-wise for your cutout. So instead of 16 and 11/16, which is almost 3/4, it's 16 and a half. It's that little bit of a difference of a cutout that's smaller. That was the thing that I was worried about, of just slopping it in there. And it worked. So I'm happy. I am happy, man. Does the new sub have the same cutout? Bingo. Thank you, Sean. Yes. No, it does not. Exactly. And that's why I wanted to bring that up too, just because, you know, people are moving, you know, L7X12s into L7S spots, and even with the 18, I'm sure someone's going to do that as well. Yes. No. Just if you do that, I mean, kind of like how I did it. You get lucky. You get lucky. But with any enclosure subwoofer, you're going to want to build per sub and all that fun stuff. That's it, Justin. That is it. Joe Oregon, thank you for tuning in. I put a JL Stealth box in the Weiss 4Runner. I paid the tax even with a coupon. That is awesome, man. And they work, man. They work. I hear a lot of good things about the Stealth box. See, now let me see if I can do this. I can move this down here, And because I wanted to play this, but I want to move this here. And then I don't want to have audio here. And then I should be able to double click that. Nope. I have to play it to move it, huh? Let's see. I wanted to do that. So I can talk about it. All right, so obviously taking out the old Solo X wasn't too terribly hard. I mean, it's really easy. And with just the difference of weight, I don't want to get into that. I'm not giving it away. Not giving it away. Not giving it away. But the old one is heavier. I will say that. The old one is heavier. And Kayla did try to pick it up. But picking out that motor out of that car is a pain. And I already had to pull the new one in and out. And I could almost do it myself, which is awesome. And it's a louder woofer. And I know people are going to say, well, the old one here is heavier, meaning it's going to be louder. It's going to be able to handle more power. No. And they're two different animals. They play differently. They just do. It's the same enclosure. So I can literally tell the difference, you know, and I literally just listened to it the other day. This is us weighing it. Again, I'm going to put this in a whole video. It's going to be fun, but I had to show you guys something tonight on Friday. And yeah, here's me trying to pick it up over my head. And it's not that I couldn't do it, but the old Solo X is shorter and you can't fit it here. Like the whole thing's going to go forward. The new one is a little bit deeper and it just kind of rests right on your shoulder. The magnet's a little bit smaller this way and it just worked out better. I love this shot here, us putting it in the first time, man, and bolting it in. And that was the scariest part, was the cutout. Is it going to fit in there? And here's Jeffy getting the demo at Walmart. I'm going to have the whole video for that. There's Andrew, and, you know, they both have been around, man. They're neighbors of mine, so they see the progress. Here's Kayla. I'm trying to do a little bit of hair tricking, and it's not like that full hair trick like it used to do way back in the day, but it's definitely enough, man. It's way more than it did before. I was not moving that much air with it. And here's my dad. He's like, oh, yeah, it's louder. It's louder. Justin, bass head down the street, and, you know, 150 all day, man. And it did awesome. And I'm glad that it just worked out and didn't run into any problems. Just slapped it in there. Good to go. And, man, I'm excited for you guys to hear this. I know there's no Slamology. It's a bummer. It really is. But eventually, eventually, I get to listen to it. I'm happy. Love you guys. All right, let's see. What did I miss? I'm not putting a Terramp 30K on it. Thank you for tuning in, Dobby. Let's see, Bobby B for the win. Okay, that's Joe Oregon. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, those stealth boxes are awesome. They are awesome. And he put the 10K on it. Honestly, that's what I'm doing, because each Warhorse, I mean, shoot, certified, it can almost, like, what is it, 4,600 watts or something, I think Big D did at 1 ohm. 2 of those Warhorse being wired at 2 ohm on each coil, because that's how that has to be. 10,000 watts, and that's what I had it at before. I got the same thing with the new amplifiers, and let me tell you, there's a difference between years of technology and then also the topology of the amplifier, and its pros and its cons. Like the Warhorse was, and I don't think anything has really surpassed it, the most efficient amplifier, bar none. But there were some trade-offs for that. Back EMF and a little bit of excess heat for motors that were really strong. And, you know, I could just tell, but switching from that 10K Warhorse to the 2 smaller Warhorses, even though there was less power, I could just tell, man, like, to get the same loudness, I wasn't getting as hot. And when you have a system long enough, you kind of know how it works. And these two on that one, man, it's a lot of power, but it's just enough. It's just enough. If I push it way too hard on certain frequencies, yeah, like I am full stroke on that woofer. I got to be careful, but it's not too much. You know what I mean? It's not going to just launch the cone 50 feet in the air. I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy. I know, that's the thing, man, Cedric. I'm just dealing with a few personal things right now, and time is kind of not out of reach, but I'm taking care of some other things right now. And with his L7X, I'm like, well, drop everything. We're putting it in. We got to put it in. Sorry, Sparked. I know you sent me that 18. We're going to do a video on it too, but the Solo X18 is what got me into Kicker. And to get the new one finally, I've waited so long for this moment, and I'm happy it's here. It sounds amazing. It's loud, and I know people aren't blowing smoke up my skirt when they're telling me it's louder. Like, I see their reaction. They're like, holy, yeah, it's got extra, man. It has got extra. And the biggest difference, in my opinion, yeah, it's louder, whatever. It can handle that power longer than the old one. And, in the other side of things too, the old Solo X over here, I finally have it in the studio. I've never had the entire motor and assembly in the studio here. They sound different. They do. In that same enclosure, they sound different. The old Solo X here, I think, had like a better... Oh, that's not going to work. I'm like, how's that going to work? The old Solo X had a little bit more of like that SQ behind its sound, if that makes sense. Not saying that the L7X brand new one here is just, an SPL driver. I'm not saying that. It's just they're designed differently. And it could be everything between the overhung, underhung, just everything. The amount of excursion, the type of cone, and the weight of the coil, and the old Solo X had a 3.5-inch coil, and these only have 3, and they can handle much more power and higher temp coils. Like, man, I don't know what Kicker pushes theirs up to, but I had it up to 250, and it was like getting kind of warm. It takes a while for that heat to transfer to the cone and all, but still, I'm like, yeah, I could have probably went to 300. I don't want to keep pushing it because I feel like I'm going to do damage, but that gets hot. It gets hot, and it takes it, man. It takes it. I know I wanted to put 2 of them behind me, but I don't think there's enough space. If y'all had a newer Ford, those cab corners wouldn't be rusty. Oh, no, Sean's coming after him. I think it's funny. I have 52 people on this live, and there is no thumbnail. I put so much time into thumbnails other than tonight. I was like, And we still have 50 people in here. So I love you guys. I know you know the deal to tune in Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesday was a blast, man. And next Tuesday is going to be fun. Kicker talking about, I'm sure, the Solo X and the other products and stuff. And maybe Amp Dyno stuff. I know they got a lot in the works. I hear things. And Ernie, just keep it going, man. Keep it going. Andy, you're going to need to upgrade to our 500-degree sensor soon, Andy Durr. What does yours go up to again? Not that I'm pushing it up there all the time, but just asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. There's Cornut. Thank you for tuning in, Cornut. There he is.
Cornut.
Appreciate you, man, and thank you for just being you, buddy. Thank you for being you. Oh, yeah, dude. Everyone was blowing me up, just like Bobby B. You gonna laugh? You gonna laugh? You putting that Solo X in? Did you put it in yet? Did you put it in yet? Like, I'm getting from Kicker guys, people on Facebook guys, you guys. Did you put it in yet? I'm like, I'm working on it. I would have had it in Wednesday. I went out to the garage, and it started to rain, right? I pulled the car out, and it started to rain. I'm like, how am I going to do? Okay, my carport, it's an Amazon carport, and it leaks. It's nice for the sun. It keeps things, out of the sun, but the rain, it just doesn't do anything. I got to, take it all apart, E6000 the entire thing and make it waterproof between the joints. That's where it leaks. So I tried to do all that Wednesday, and that didn't even work. I got some of it, and I'm like, all right, let me just pull the car back halfway into the driveway, into the carport, so I can work on it, take it apart, and did that on Thursday, finished that night, and here we are. Here we are. Tuned by Cornut on audio control, exceeded what I thought it would do. And you know what? A system can just sound not better, but just it's going to sound clearer and louder when it's tuned correctly. You could have the same setup and you got that gain just cranked all the way up. The crossovers not set properly. It's going to sound muddy. And then also I feel like it can hurt the SPL, man. I don't know. It's if you measure it right, yeah, you could probably be just as loud, but it's just not going to sound as loud to your ear, man. It's going to sound bad. When you have the mids and highs keeping up with the bass, it makes the bass sound louder. It's subliminal or just, I don't know. It's just, feels like it's louder when you have the mids and highs keeping up with the bass. Try it sometime. Turn your mids and highs off. Turn your door speakers off and just play bass. I'm telling you, it just doesn't sound as loud. I don't know if it's just me. Let me know. Jammed it in real fast, Sean. 0 to 100 real quick. Absolutely, man. That video was normal speed. Oh my goodness, you guys. PG. Full bike mode. It's coming, man. I know I have to fix my bike. The battery died. I left it in the winter. No bueno. Anthony Adams, thank you for tuning in. I got my 18 ordered, but I just bought an older 1968 Super Beetle, and I saw a sneak peek of the Solo X8s. Never heard of her. But that's awesome, man, and I feel like an 8-inch driver in that type of car, like just having any square 8-inch driver, you know, is just enough. You know, maybe 6.5, maybe, might need 2 of them. But still, for me, you know, and it gets loud. It definitely does the job. Thank you for tuning in, Anthony. Sean, I second the no on NVX. Cornut. All right. Just reading the comments here, man. You guys are awesome. I can vouch for it. Okay, the amplifier. Anthony goes again. I'm getting an 18X for my hatchback, but I've been intrigued now by seeing snippets of Solo X8. Yeah, I got the 68 Super Beetle, and I want to fill them like 6 or 8 of them. I mean, man, if they wouldn't to make something like that, that would be pretty cool. The 10s look meaty and beefy, bro. Like they are something else. I could just imagine. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, man. It pushes air like horse. Oh, Kyle, come on, man. How does it sound? You know, it's awesome, man. I wish my audio was pumping through on here through the ATEM. I don't know what's going on with it here with the ATEM. Anytime I play a video here, I don't think any audio is coming through. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't think any audio is coming through. I could try to add a source. I could see if it maybe pops up and see if it comes through Streamlabs here so I can show some things. That would be cool. Let's see here. We need audio input capture. Add source. Let's do that. All right, what is the source gonna be? Device. Let's see here. I do not. There it is. Microphone 2. There we go. Is it coming through? That should be coming through. Let me turn on my monitor in here.
We got the Solo X18 comparison.
Oh yeah, we got it working. We got it working. Well, let's do a little demo video then. Let's do one. Let's do one. Let's find a good one here. I need to take a sip of water. I'm glad I got that to work. Ah, that's why I'm just in favorites. Ah, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's play some wasted information. Oh my goodness, that does not sound good. Why does that do that? The craziest thing too was like just the amount of like pressure it was making. It's night and day difference between the old one. The old one sounded good, don't get me wrong, but I really had to push it to do a lot. And this one, it's like flick of the wrist, it's moving air. It's just louder. It's just louder, man. It is just louder. Let's see here. Dubby. We got Dubby. Appreciate you, Dubby. Wish I could be in the land down under, says Garrick. And you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Did you have to change the amp or are they the same? So, same amp, same setup. All I did was switch the woofer. That is it. We got the Warhorse. Uh-oh. Over here. Oh no, did it freeze? I'm trying to look at it. Let me look at it. Oh, it's not letting me look at it. There we go. The Warhorse 3.6Ks. Each one is wired at 1 ohm. We got the dual, over here. We got the dual one L7X in there. So each one is at 1 ohm on each amplifier, and they're both in competition mode. So it literally locks the gain and opens the crossover wide open. And I was playing with it between 55 and 85. I mean, mostly Cookie Monster is all wasted information kind of stuff, but it plays a little bit above it too. So yeah, that's what's in there. Let me see if there's any other things, but we got pennies here. We got to throw up the pennies.
I got pennies.
It definitely plays low. Like, you know, I'm the kind of guy where I don't over exaggerate things like at all. You know, like I should be like, yeah, man, this thing is awesome, because it is. It is. It plays nicer. It plays nicer with that enclosure in that car, with what I'm trying to do, and it's night and day. It's everything that I anticipated of. Honestly. You know, and it's like I just got it going literally less than 24 hours ago. Like, I'm gonna get off this stream here and go listen to it some more. No, I'm just kidding. I'll wait till tomorrow. I might have to bring that to John's. I'm gonna have to bring it there. A 200 break-in period on the amp. Break-in period on the amp is mint. You know, you do gotta break these in here. I would say that, but it doesn't take long to break in the kickers. It just doesn't. Agreed, mids and highs change the perceived loudness to me. It's so weird how it does that. It really is. It really, really is. So I'm not crazy. Any reviews on the LX 300.1? Wait, they got a 300.1? We got the 3000.1 on the channel. Got an Amp Dyno video and everything. Check it out. Videos, playlists, Amp Dynos, kicker stuff. Absolutely, man. 300.1, I don't think they make a 300. I think, what's the smallest one? I should know this. I know they got the 1250.1. What else is there? Is it 800? I mean, I need to look. Let's take a look. I don't even know. I should know. I just told Ernie I was like, I want the biggest one. Give me the biggest one. 500.4, 850. Okay, right. 850.1, smallest one. But yeah, the 3000.1. I got a complete Amp Dyno video on the channel here. Let's see. Go to studio here. Content. Videos. I didn't do it that long ago either. There it is right there. The new LX 3000.1. And this is it right here. Yep. Right there. 3000.1. Copy. And then we need to paste that in there for you. Bada bing. Bada boom. Just look at it. Thank you for tuning in, Dylan. Okay. See, if I would have just read down further, I wouldn't have went down a rabbit hole. But I like going down rabbit holes. Been seeing install photos. Just now, feedback on them. Absolutely, man. You know, think of the KXA 2400.1 with different features. You know, with like just like the DSP kind of stuff and the shock. If you know about the shock, it's the Shock 2.0, I think it is, where it just kind of adds bass to songs that just don't play below 40 hertz and kind of makes the tracks a little bit lower by an octave or so. Really cool. And the bass knob, clip limiter, whole nine. All right. Echo chamber. Sorry. Was it echoing? Where was it echoing at? I know. That does it every time I first start it, and I don't know why. I don't know why it does that. Anytime I share a video off my phone here into the ATEM, it goes, it's terrible. Always play with it on my dad's Firefighter. Had CB one time, never used it. Yeah, sorry, Jake. Rob Payne, how you been, man? What are your thoughts on the L7 shallows? Now, the L7T shallow mount drivers, they are designed in a way to be in small enclosures. And from what I'm kind of learning already with underhung coils, like literally like 5 seconds of learning it and how they kind of work, not everything about them, but they kind of need a, you know, to play low. You could probably put those in a bigger enclosure and like, you know, do something, you know, play a lot of wasted information below 30 hertz. And yeah, we're going lower. And they're meant to be in a small enclosure and do well, like play better than a driver that's not meant to do that. And in that tiny, tiny enclosure, yeah, you could put in a bigger one to get even more low end, but it's a balanced driver for a smaller enclosure. And don't expect to be, oh man, I'm floating hair with this thing, or it's, you know, my rear view mirror is just falling off because I have the shallow mount driver in my car. A lot of it is designed to make it so that it blends in with everything else and it gives you that low end and a little bit extra. And then you can add more, you know, or different woofers to get more and more and more. And the further you get away from that, harder it is to get sound quality. You know, the more bass you got, it's harder for everything else to keep up. So the L7Ts are literally designed to just throw some bass in your car in a very, very small space. Absolutely, man. Thank you, Rob. Man, we still got 50 people in here. Love you guys. Voice is falling apart. When I was behind you, your spoiler was rocking hard. Yeah, I know. It was literally leaving to go to Walmart. I'm at the red light. I turned down the volume. You're going to be in the video. I'm recording, talking about it. You know, literally my first experience on the main road downtown. And then you're behind me. And I'm like, would you look at that? It's Cedric. Would you just look at it? Yeah, King Kong. I know I want to get some videos. I got to take it up to my spot or go to Walmart in the daytime and get some flex videos. See that thing really moving rather than just the demos like nighttime and in my neighborhood. Tim, I'm surprised he didn't yell at me. Tim or Ron, they did not yell at me. They're probably like, oh, he got the new L7X18. It's all right. It's all right. We ain't saying nothing. We understand. We understand. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be, quote, as efficient. It might be literally on par or just a little bit less. I don't know. You know, I'm going to have to get out the SPL Lab meter and meter it. Then I'll find out, you know, the difference. Watt for watt. And if I were to guess with my ear meter, I'm going to say confidently a 152. If I don't do a 152, I would be surprised because I was doing a 151 before, 151.5 with the Warhorse 10K. I knew it was loud, but that sub, I blew one within like a day of having that 10K on the original one. Sub was on its last leg, but still, it was powerful. Couldn't handle it long at all. When I used to give demos at Slamology with a big 10K, it has an RMS limiter on it. I had it set at like 30, 40%. So I'm giving demos probably 147, 148, 149. And now I can demo with the 10K Warhorse full tilt boogie for, you know, as long as I was at 30% on the old one, you know, and it's just, that's the difference. Power handling, and then I'm also louder. So it's perfect for what I do. And, you know, the box recommended specs, I know it's like 7.5 for the new Solo X18. That one, they say anything from 5 to 10 and then port accordingly. Mine's like 10 cubes, 78 square inches of port area, tuned around 32, 33, 34, depending how I have it set. I have it set at 32 right now. But either way, man, it's louder. It might do more. It might, I don't know. I don't know if it's got a 53 in it. It could. I have no idea. Between a dB or two, you can't tell. I'm sorry. You just can't tell. You can't tell. It's really hard to tell. Night and day difference from the old new? Absolutely. And that's why it's like I'm thinking like at least 52 because I've never had a system that loud yet. And the quad box isn't as loud. 150.6 the highest I had that at. Clamping like 3,600 watts. So it's loud as I had, and it's going to be louder than 151.5. So we're going to find out real fast. I'm excited. Praise the Lord, hallelujah, there is not a fingernail in this hotel room. I have no idea what the reference is from, but thank you, Blake, for tuning in, man. Just made it to LaGlockin. LaGlocklin? Is that like Germany? Did you? Thank you for tuning in, Blake. Hope you've been well, man. What's up with these fingernails? Really debating on the LX3000 for my Solo X12. Just to play around with the shock feature on some old school country, but also on the fence on doing the Warhorse right now. Just have it on the 1800.1. Okay, so I hear you on that, where you're going to have Warhorse. I'm going to tell you this. The Warhorse does not have a clip limiter, and I know there's reasons why they did that, but God, I love the LX3000.1 because of that. I love it. I love it. And, you know, even though, you know, when you're giving a demo to your buddy, it's blanket. It's blanket. Like, you're clipping. But your normal, like, you can tell what's happening before things start to happen. So I get it for that and for the shock features and just everything else that it entails with the LX amplifier. But the Warhorse is going to give you another 2,000 watts on top. So that is the difference. And honestly, if you're already rocking the 1800.1, the 3000, just like how I was saying, it's hard to tell a dB. It might be also, you're going to be able to tell, but it's not going to be a huge difference of another 1,000 watts. It could, but depending, you know, with the CX 1800 amps, they do 1800 watts at 2 ohm and 1 ohm. So it's really 1800 watts at 2 ohm. Think of it that way. And then you have your LX amplifier and you're wiring at 1, and that thing does 2,000 at 2 ohm. Didn't think of that. So you're only gaining 200 watts. In my opinion, for your dollars, and you want more output, just go with the Warhorse. 100%. I didn't even think about like that. Yes, go with the Warhorse if you want more. If you want more. Now, you could get more out of the LX amplifier. It does do more power at 1 ohm. The CX 1800 does not. It does not. I tried. It does a little bit more at 1.67, 1.5 ohm, and it does like 2,000. That's it. It's kind of capped. And there's reasons for that. It's got the any load topology parts inside of it. That's what they call it. So it only does the same power at 1 and 2 ohm. Smart amp / whatever you want to call them, any load, kind of all the same thing, different names. So yeah, I would... LX, could wire it down. I wouldn't advise doing that. I've done it. That's the way you're going to get more power out of that amp. I'd go Warhorse, man. 1,000%. You want more? Warhorse. I know the shock feature's cool. You might do it once or twice, and then you're like, nah, I like my rebase 40 hertz DJ Rusticles. I'm fine. I'm fine. But yes, thank you for tuning in. Hold on. I feel like I need a gargle. I hope I'm not getting sick. It's like on the top roof of my mouth here. Oh, would you look at that? Would you just look at that? Oh, we're looking at it.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You got to look at it this way, okay? You just got to look at it. That's all you can
there's
do
Wade
anymore.
in the background throwing some pennies, but we got to answer Shannon first. Andy, do you think 2 Solo X18s would be louder than 4 Solo X12s? Well, cone area, what, 324, so 648 compared to, what, 144? Is it 12 times 12? 144, right? I think. Yeah, 144. 120. Yeah. 144 times 4. So, 288 times 2. Ooh, man. 288 times 2. 560. 576 for the 412s. And what was it, 324 each? Yeah, it's 600. You got more cone area with the 18s, mathematically. Now, effective cone area and then woofer coupling, I mean, you got square, so that's going in your favor. And then also power handling factor. I mean, the 18, 15, 12 all have the same coil and power handling. So, if you got more of them, you're going to need more power most likely. And then you're going to also be able to take more power and also need a bigger enclosure for the 18s because it's more cone area. So you have to design them differently. And I feel like when you're doing that, it's not, you can't really compare it because it's not going to be identical. But to get an idea, yeah, you could probably get away with, say, I just want to not need all this power, but I have space. Go with the 18s. It's going to yield you more cone area and needing less power, but you might have to build a little bit bigger to do so. And then the 412s, when you have all the power that you need and you don't mind, you know, well, yep, there we go. We got more. And honestly, I feel like the 412s with that smaller box maybe, and just you got 4 motors versus 2, and just the dynamics of physics and how that stuff works. It might be punchier. It just, I don't know. Just my guess on it. I don't know. Thank you so much, Shannon. Appreciate you. And thank you for telling us to look at it. And then we got Wade here throwing pennies.
I got pennies.
Wade, appreciate you. Oh, yes, flood the L7X18s. Appreciate you, man, for helping out on Kicker Club, keeping it kicking, man. And thank you for being awesome as well. And thank you for the pennies, man. And I have not been sick for so long. I see that in the comments. I have not been sick for so long. I called off for other reasons. Last week, personal reasons. I have been pretty healthy all year. So there is that. I think it's just from being out in the cold, the rain, and working on Kicker stuff. And here we go. We're good. The L7X18 is in the car. So I'm good. And now I can just enjoy things. So that is awesome. And I had to get some film done also with the 218s, as I was showing in those videos, comparing the two, talking about them real quick. And I'll go over the specs of everything. I mean, you can read the manuals. I know you guys aren't blind, but still, it's kind of hard to find the weight. And I weighed both of them. I weighed both of them. We know the L7X is 73 pounds. We know that. It says it on the box. I just never weighed my entire Solo X18 because I seen somebody say the motor itself weighs 63 pounds. So, all right, let's see. Scrolling down, we got Dubby, we got Bew. Thank you for tuning in, Bew. Man, I'm sorry for the crazy stream. Somehow we still got 54 of you guys tuned in tonight. I love you so much. No thumbnail. We don't even need to do thumbnail anymore. You guys already know to tune in. I love you guys. Oh, man. And I'm just glad it's in, and then we can meter it. And I don't know. 152. I mean, I feel comfortable almost 53. I almost feel comfortable there. I don't want to say it and be like, oh, I only did a 52.3. I'm saying 52 and up. I showed my wife can't fit 2 bags on the side. You know what? Groceries, who needs them? Who needs them? Thank you for tuning in, Jay Shipes. Let's see. Of course, Kyle. Of course. All right, so we were live. We did it for 58 minutes here already. No intro, so I'm counting. That's an hour. Plus, we did another 15 minutes. I don't even know I was live for sure. I'm like, there's 20 people on there, but it still shows that regardless, and nothing else was working. And I'm like, oh, man, I didn't even put in the stream key, and I didn't need to, and that's so weird. I don't like it. I need to contact Restream just so that we can do the live streams, and I don't have any problems, and we're good to go. And love you guys so much. And before I guess we can do this. I don't know. Every time I say this is the outro, it never works. We're going to show you the video one last time for the people that didn't see it. And then we're going to do the outro. So let's show the video of the L7X going in there. I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it. Love you guys, and stay living loud. Oh, shoot. It doesn't work. I got to move it again. Oh, no. 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 Hey, that's behind the scenes stuff right there. All right, hold on. I got to pull this up so I can look at it. Then I can go like this. Can I right click this thing? Transform, stretch to screen. All right, and now we need some audio, right? Yeah, we need some audio here. There we go.
a 50 easily. That's easily a 50. Do I like the highs better than the lows? I don't know. That's whenever it's a good build.
I think Cornut is just calling it there. The caboose is here, and we're just going to cut it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and make sure you tune in on Tuesday on the Unmasked Show. Have an awesome weekend, and be ready for some videos. They are coming. Love you guys, and now we got to dance.